Okay, welcome to We Chat Football, a channel where we chat football. And again, you know how it goes on the road again, not in the comfort of my own like little space or the studio where I can just drop these videos on time, drop these videos whenever I feel like on the road working. So yeah, I just drop the videos when I get the chance to drop the videos. But anyways, like, share, subscribe if you're new to here. And yeah, we're just gonna recap match week 15. Yes, easy walk in the park. Was an easy walk in the park, but for some reason we completely messed that up. We completely messed up what was supposed to be a easy walk in the park for us, as easy as 1, 2, 3, and we look better in attack. I would say that we look completely better in attack. Going forward, we created chances. We scored some goals. Ekatike came alive in the second half. Buried his two chances like really well. Took his chances really well. Carved went got pulled back to 2-2, and then we went up 3-2, looking good, looking like we're gonna see out the game, which is what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to just see out that game, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, see that out, and yeah, then we call it a day. However, I think we had other plans. Defense again let us down. What's new? Gakpo with a not Gakpo, sorry, but uh, yeah, Evo. Crazy mistake at the back. Crazy mistake by fouling the Swansea player and they and give them a way back up until that foul. They they didn't seem like there's a way back in this. So that happened. They got a way back. They scored. Before you know it again, we concede again because instead of what we should have done after we conceded the goal is just let's take the pace out of the game. Let's try to get control of the game and then push on after. No, we allowed Swansea to score within 5 to 6 minutes of us conceding the first goal. Then the second goal went in. So there we are again. Here we are again, going back over this whole fiasco one more time. Whereas lose a goal right at the moment when we should be consolidating, when we should be thinking about that. You know what? We're gonna not concede another one. Anyways, went up the pitch, scored another goal, and this is when we were thinking, okay, let's see out the game. The manager did make the right decisions to see out the game. However, it was on the field. Again, that was a problem that defensively switch off again to concede another late goal at the back post from a set piece. Doesn't sound surprising. That's been happening all season. And we can blame a bunch of people. Ryan Graffenberg hiding at the back post, not looking at the ball, not trying to clear the ball. Do it get a easy tap in. So we can go over all of that. What it is, what caused us to lose the game, to draw the game, sorry. And yeah, we can go over all of that. Personally, I just believe that it got to the point right now where the manager has to go. Again, dressing room has been lost. I figured that was the case from earlier in the season that he has lost the dressing room. So I figured that that was it. So he has lost the dressing room. And I just believe if you lose the dressing room, then it might as well let you go. No, upon saying that he lost the dressing room, things that I don't appreciate that happens in any club, could be mine, could be rival club, is what's its player power. Mo Salah got dropped. I think he's on the bench for the game. When he got dropped, he's been crap for most of the season. Absolutely crap. Most of the season, Mo Salah has been crap. This season, yes, he won us the league last season, but we brought in players to lighten the load for him, and I think he just took it as a threat, and then went rogue, to be fair, but his season has not been the greatest. The manager took him off. He missed a game. The next game, he sat on the bench. He came on at halftime. Didn't do anything coming on at halftime, anyways. Same old, same old. And the third game in a row that he missed, he didn't come on against Leeds. No, I don't see the need for him to come on against Leeds that game because guess what happened? We're trying to see out a win. We're trying to get a win over the line. We're trying to see out a win. Mo Salah coming on the field does not help any shape or form when we're trying to see out a win. We're not going for a win. We're trying to protect a lead. Makes no sense to put an attacker on trying to protect a lead. That's just it. It's just the way it is. That's just it. But from what I've been saying, we haven't heard anything from Mo Salah since his contract talk with Liverpool. When he come out and make a statement, come out, make an interview. That was the last time we hear anything from Mo Salah. Lo and behold, here is Mo Salah again. Out, talking. Why is he talking? Because he hasn't played for 3 games. Well, 2.5 he hasn't played for. So now he is talking. Looks like he's trying to get the manager fired, and I think the club is doing the right thing. If lead by example. You're a leader in the club. This is not the time. This is not the time for you to be coming out talking about you. You have not addressed about the club. You have not addressed about what all the players need to be doing to move forward. You have not come out and saying that, listen, even though it's not going great, we as the players have to take some responsibility for this, and we as the players have to work harder. No, you haven't come out and said anything. No interviews, nothing. First piece of content is, they're trying to throw you under the bus because why? You didn't start, and it's not a part of your contract to be sitting on the bench. So again, it's all about you. It's all about you wanting to chase down the records, and you're just making this all about you. So since it's about you, I think the club is doing the right thing, right? Then that means that you don't go to AFCON, and that means you don't go to AFCON. You want to make it about you, then make it about you. So therefore, we can get rid of you in the winter market. Like, listen, Salah is a legend. He will always be a legend, but no player is bigger than Liverpool. Because Salah is still not the biggest legend that Liverpool has ever seen, nor as most fans my age have seen. Salah is not the biggest legend. Best player in the Premier League for Liverpool, one off. Because I still believe a lot of people would say Steven Gerrard is still bigger than Mo Salah, right? This is not a one-man show. This is not about you. You have to realize that you're coming. I realize that you are chasing records, but you also have to realize that it's coming to the end of your time at Liverpool, and we also brought in players to move the club forward. The club will be here after you leave, and the club was here before you got here. Now coming out, kicking off after the first time in your Liverpool career that you're sitting on the bench. Your reaction, instead of being a team player and trying to rally the troops, your reaction is, let's go out, get in the mixer zone, something that, again, an ex-Liverpool legend criticized you for, and we all had your back when he came out and said it. Because we said, you deserve that contract because of what you're doing, because of what you did. You deserve that contract. We all came out against it. But then, here you are again, doing the same thing that he criticized you for. Like, come on, man. Read the room. This is not the time for you to be coming out here, going off about contracts, about your playing time, about what is being promised from what hasn't been promised. This is not the time for that. The club is going through a rough patch. Everybody's hurting. Fans is hurting. Board is hurting because they invested a lot of money. They can't afford to miss on that Champions League football from the investment that they made. Investing a lot as well into your contract, investing a lot in new players. You guys, as in the players, you guys have to pull it together as well. Does the manager need to get blamed for this? Yes. Can he turn it around? I don't think so. Should he go? Yes. But if the board is not going to move him on, then I'm not going to come here every day and sing that he needs to get sacked because everybody already know that he needs to go. The fact of the matter is, I did question last week. I questioned, is there any leaders in the club in this team? Without not even a week goes by, you realize there is no leaders. There's a few people wearing a captain armband, but there's no leaders. Mo Salah is supposed to be one of the leaders in this club. Mo Salah is supposed to be the one that is leading the line of this club going forward. But what does Mo Salah do? Throw his toys out of the pram every time things doesn't go his way. You're not leading. Again, you might be doing stuff behind the scenes that's helping the player settle in, the new player settle in, and all that kind of stuff. But guess what? You need to show it on the field as well. You need to support your teammates as well. You need to come out and explain to the fans that, listen, we know we're going through a tough run right now, but we are going to turn it around. Instead, you come out and make this all about you. And for everybody who is talking about this is between Slot and Salah. This is not Slot and Salah. Slot has to go. That's a completely different issue. The Slot thing is completely different. This Salah thing, we can't allow this to stay in our club or else we're becoming just like Manchester United with player power. This has to stop right now, right here. So the club has to make a massive decision going so that everybody know going forward that no player is bigger than Liverpool Football Club. And no player is bigger than Liverpool Football Club. Because nobody walks into Liverpool Football Club has 20 league titles to their name, 6 Champions League to their name. And that's just a start with numerous FA Cup and League Cups. Plus Super Cups and Europa Leagues. No player walking into Liverpool Club has more than that. So no player that put on that red shirt is bigger than the club. So if Salah is going to come out and throw a tantrum about not playing because he's not on form and because the manager is trying to change it make a change, again, until he's not there, he's still the manager. He did win it last season. He did cater to you last season. So the instant the manager is not there anymore, and there's a different manager comes in, up until that point, he's still the manager. Whether we want him there, whether we want him to leave, that's beyond the point. The point is that you put that red shirt on, you're representing the badge. You're representing the fans, which is one of the most important parts of a football club. And there is no way the fans should be going through all of this with you coming out, making it all about you. This is not Mo Salah FC. This is Liverpool Football Club. No, if you want to take your tantrum and you want to take your whole diva behavior and you want to take it with you out the door, go. Again, we are in a really good position right now. Yes, the manager is crap, but we have a good team. And that team wasn't built by Mo Salah. And yes, Mo Salah get a lot of the accolades. And yes, people want to come out and defend like, oh yeah, before Mo Salah showed up, we didn't win anything and Mo Salah won everything. No, Mo Salah, it's not just Mo Salah. What about Mane? What about Firmino? Right? What about Henderson? What about Gini? What about Fabinho? What about all these other players? Robertson, Trent, Alisson. Right? Van Dijk. It's not just one player. He wasn't the one who bring the team on his back. Like people forget that when the contract was coming up to an end, it was a toss-up between who to keep, him or Mane. Yes, he scored a lot of goals, but Firmino had to do a lot of sacrifice for him to score. Mane had to sacrifice a lot for him to score. And yes, last season he bring the team on his back, bring us to a trophy. I won't take that away. That is something great. You had another great season, but don't feel like you're still bigger than Liverpool Football Club or bigger than the fans. Like, come on now. This is not the time and the place for you to be throwing your toys out the pram like this and making it about you. This is the time that you support your teammates. That is also hurting. Is also going through a rough patch. Some of them come in this season and it's getting nothing else but stick. Because yes, they're coming with a big price tag and they haven't lived up to it as yet. How about you help some of those players? Yes, the manager does not want to implement his style of playing. That was going to happen. He was never ever going to build a team around you for the foreseeable future. Verts coming in, Isak coming in. That is a clear sign that this was not meant. This is not going to be around about Salah going forward anymore. We are trying to move away. We're trying to rebuild for the future. I get it. You're trying to chase records. It might not happen. It's the way it is. But you throwing your toys out the pram right now and being like, oh, look at me. They're trying to make it about me. Nobody made it about you until you made it about yourself. This was easily this is Arne Slot's fault. Get rid of Slot. Everybody will be playing great. 3 games. 3 games you didn't start for. One of them you came off the bench. One of them you didn't need to come off the bench. Because again, why would we put an attacker on when we're trying to defend, when we're trying to hold on to a lead? And as quickly as the game finished, you're in the mixer zone. Where were you when we were losing 5 in a row? When you were playing, you weren't in the mixer zone then. You weren't giving interviews then, were you? No, you were just getting your social media agent to post online. That's it. So you weren't around. You didn't want to be heard. When we were 5 and 6, when you were dropping stinkers after stinkers after stinkers, they didn't want to come out and address nobody. They didn't want to come out and say anything. But here you are, haven't started 3 games, and here you are doing interviews. Stop being so predictable. We all know this was coming. Everybody know this was coming. That this is the time that Mo Salah is going to come out and say something. Because Mo Salah hasn't started. No, you're edging because you I don't think that you understand where your position was, and now you're edging from being the hero to be the villain. People love you, but the people at Liverpool love you. Liverpool fans love you, but they love the club more. And you want to know how? You know Liverpool fans love the club more? Because we have all stick through some dark days to get to here. Every single one of Liverpool fans that has been supporting the club over the last 20 plus years have seen some really dark days to get to enjoy this. So yes, as much as you give us, a lot of us, some of the best times of our life, including the other names that I mentioned earlier, the club has to move on. Because if you go through the history of the club, we have had stars before. Stars that have left are not free. Homegrown players like Trent that has walked through the door. Trent wasn't the first one. And he's not, and I don't think he's going to be the last one. And you're not the first superstar that walks through this door. And you're definitely not going to be the last one. Right? And don't tell me that it's because you realize now that the burden of what Liverpool needs to move forward is moving away from Mo Salah. So therefore, you're forcing away out the club now because you have to play a second fiddle role to the new guns that's coming in. So you come out and say something to force your way through the door. Because it does, the timing doesn't, the timing looks odd, doesn't it? It's a very odd timing, if you want to ask me. You're coming out and saying this right before the transfer window, right before AFCON. And I applaud what the club is doing. I applaud it. Fuck it. They should just not let you go to AFCON. If this is how you want to behave, then let's play fire with fire. Don't let him go. Stay. Sorry, I'm a petty individual. So I'm not going to look at this from, oh, Salah side and Liverpool side. No, I support Liverpool Football Club. I do not support Mo Salah. I am a paying fan that pay to a lot of money, even though I'm international, a lot of money to watch Liverpool play. A lot of money to buy a kit. Not just me, but every single Liverpool fan around the world does. All of this pays his wages. He's an employee of the club. We all have to remember that. Yes, we love them. Yes, they bring us joy, but they're an employee of the club. And people above have to make decisions for the image of the club going forward. And this cannot stand, or else we're heading down the same route where Manchester United was with player power. It only needs one. Only one needs to get it their own way. And it's a never-ending cycle. He's not the first Liverpool player to kick up a storm and get kicked out the club. He's not the first. The difference with this one is he's the biggest name to do it. Come, let's drag our memory. Not so long ago, a bunch of them got kicked out of the club from Jurgen because a statement. What, we forget Raul Morales' statement that he made when he left Liverpool for Chelsea, right? Joe Cole's statement. Yes, so this is not the first. It's just that this is a high profile one. So yes, you want to go. He can go because again, the people who brought him in first, that brought in a subpar player that was a flop in the Premier League, again with his dedication, his motivation, Jurgen Klopp's system made him into a star. No, he's a goal machine, but it's a goal machine on the other side of 30. Let's not pretend like this is a 27, 28-year-old Mo Salah. This is on the other side of 30. This is the declining of Mo Salah. The numbers that he put up last season, he may never have those numbers again. And I said may. He could, but he might not. There's a higher chance of him not having those numbers than having those numbers. The club went out and the club reinvested. They reinvested in the future of the club. The only problem is the manager the one that can get these players ticking going forward? Might not be. He might have to leave. But the Salah versus Slot thing ain't a thing. Slot is a complete different story. We have to focus on that one as well. Because that's something different. That's not what we need to focus on when it comes down to Mo Salah thing. The whole Mo Salah thing, that's different. That's like player power trying to creep in. And I'm a 100% against it. I don't care who the player is. Once the player power starts to creep into a team, once the ownership allows player power to creep in, it's very, very hard to get it out. So let's get rid of that from now. Let's nip that in the bud from very, very early. And if it means that we have to make an example out of one of the greatest players at the club, then that's what we have to do. You don't go in after a couple bad results and make this about you as a leader of the squad, as one supposed to be one of the leaders. You don't do that. Like what? You think he didn't know the timing that he's doing it? Again, when we were losing all these games, you haven't come out and made an interview, but all of a sudden, oh, look at me. They're trying to blame me because they put me on the bench for 3 games. You deserve to be on the bench. You should have been on the bench a long time ago. Every single Liverpool fan has been calling for you to be on the bench because you're not performing the way you're supposed to be performing. And other players that would play in your position, that is running for the badge, that is putting in a shift, is not getting games. And people were calling the manager and saying that it's favoritism. It's the number on the back of the shirt that gets picked before the actual talent. So the manager finally gathers some balls and put you on the bench. I know you want to come out and complain that you're on the bench and this wasn't a part of your contract. Oh, and we have to go sit and talk about the contract. Man, get the fuck out, man. And yes, this is how we treat legends. Well, if a legend try to disrespect the club, then this is how we get treated. So that's it. And listen, I haven't listened to any other YouTubers. There's a bunch of YouTubers that I like that does Liverpool content that I really like listening to, and I haven't listened to any of them because I have no time. All I've been doing, watching news, watching interviews, work. Because it's been a busy December for me right now. That I don't have enough time to do all my shows. I haven't got a chance to do Friday Vibes. Because most Fridays I'm working long hours right now because it's coming up to Christmas. So that's just it. I haven't got a chance to do that. I haven't got a chance to really watch football YouTube. Plus, for me, Jamaican, this time of the year, it's when the music scene gets really nice. And there's a really good feud happening right now. And listen, that's more fun than actually football right now. So that's where I'm at. But however, I am never one for player power. I have a lot of Manchester United fans as friends, and I've been telling them that for years. The reason what's stopping that club from moving forward is player power. Players keep throwing managers under the bus to get sacked every single time the manager comes in and tries to implement something that they don't like. I do not want that at Liverpool. Let's make an example. Let's keep it moving. If he is the one that has to make an example of, that's the case. Will that change? And then we don't see him as a legend anymore? No, that doesn't change anything whatsoever. We all are going to view Mo Salah as a legend of the club. However, and I say this with great respect, however, I do not appreciate player power in the squad. That's one thing that I do not want at Liverpool Football Club. Because again, once that creeps in, and I'm going to say this again, once that creeps in, it's hard to get rid of. And there's a lot of young players coming through right now that if we allow this to happen and we allow player power to win, in this case, that is something we can never, ever get rid of. Again, for who is taking the side and who is saying that, oh, it's Slot versus Salah. No, it's not Slot versus Salah. It's Salah versus the club. This is not Slot versus Salah. Slot need to go. But at the same time, we can't afford to have player power in the squad. So get rid of both. Both needs to go. Salah, for the way he's behaving, coming out in the media, complaining about his situation rather than coming out from earlier and helping his teammates. That's the first thing. This is not the time for that. You could have said this at the end of the season. Well, no, you choose to do it midway through, right after a draw, and you're sitting on the bench for the third time. Not that you haven't played 3 games, but you're sitting on the bench for the third time in your whole Liverpool career. And you decide that you want to throw a fit for sitting on the bench for the third time in your whole Liverpool career. Yeah. Steven Gerrard got put on the bench against Real Madrid in a Champions League game. He did not come out and done an interview like this. Anyway, guys, like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the other one.